Hello, I hope to find you very well today. My name is Hercules Santos. I am a Brazilian researcher graduated in history with a master's degree in education and a specialization in distance education and a doctorate in information science. In this video, I will present very quickly for you my PhD research whose link you will find in the description of this publication. Its title is Impactos provenientes da redocumentarização de acervos permanentes na pesquisa histórica. This research was developed in the postgraduate program in Information Science of the Federal University of Minas Gerais, Brazil, in conjunction with the University Complutense of Madrid, Spain. The starting point we based on the following assumption. The digitation of archives of permanent age impacts positively as well as negatively in the historiographical making and the archival documentary organization. You will find the link for a complete presentation of this research or a summary of this also in the description below, but this will be watched in Portuguese. This research is an interdisciplinary study with main focus in the areas of archaeology and history. With this work, I have tried to analyze forms of organization of the documentation of permanent age developed in Spain in relation to the Brazilian information units. The process of study, interviews and observation in Spain after applied in Brazil aimed to search for contrasts and approaches in relation to the process between the two academic traditions. The objective was to broaden the understanding of new concepts such as redocumentarization and the impacts of the current circulation and access to the virtualized documents. The concept of redocumentarization is extremely new yet. I believe that I can simplify it by saying that it in this work correspond to the scanning of documents. But this concept in itself encompasses other functionalities and other processes that collaborate for a more correct way to documentary virtualization. In the thesis, we map out the various forms of reappropriation of this concept around the world. One of the main elements of this research from the consensus obtained after the beginning of its development was that it collaborates for new reflections both in the area of archaeology and in the area of history. For the development of the research, we have established stages for exploratory purpose, aiming to visit themes for the development of theoretical, instrumental, and documentary research projects in Spain. All the research was based on the theoretical methodological deepening that comprised three essential moments: bibliographic research, observation, and interviews. 71 invitations were issued and I ended up getting in relation to the documentation professionals, historians, and archaeology professors, 25 accepted. I could also count on an interviewee for other purposes here in case to obtain information regarding the Spanish Archives portal that is part of this research. This was with the director of the National Historical Archive of Madrid. Now I will present to you some more relevant considerations that I found from this work. More relevant, I say, because they are the ones I considered within the limit of this presentation. In the thesis, you will find another. From the development of this research and our understandings, we can say that computer technologies, not only the digitization and creation of native digital documents, have had decisive impacts in the configuration of the documents in general. This led us to understand that we are gradually faced with the impossibility of establishing a hermetic definition of the concept of document. We saw clearly how the same documentation gets very different looks. The understandings of the professionals who organize it for access, as is the case of archaeology, is very different from the look that is launched by the professional of history, who use this same documentation to produce new knowledge and clarify facts. Another issue that we consider very important is that this virtualized availability of the permanent collections ends up bringing a reduction in the number of people going to the archives. We understand that this may impact on the future of the maintenance of archives. We have seen that in order to improve the dialogue between professionals in the areas involved in this research, there is a need to have disciplines in the both formations, archaeology and history, among themselves. We have detected that there is a need for greater clarification regarding the functions of those who operate the same documentation in their organization, availability and consultation, as of who use it to produce knowledge and new information. We also have several new challenges when the collections of archives are duplicated. What I mean by collections of archives are duplicated is that institutions that propose to make the documentation available to the virtual medium also need to add new procedures to those already practiced in relation to physical documentation. We also have political issues that end up defining which collections will be privileged for remote scanning and deployment. And the fundamental starting point of this research is that we find and discuss that, yes, are generated by the digitization of permanent collections as well as great benefits, problems and issues that deserve more in-depth reflection in order to know what we can improve and to suppress current gaps. So thank you very much for watching this video, and I hope it can be very useful to you. Want to get in touch with me? Access my Facebook page or send an email to this address here. Feel free to get in touch, and I leave here for you a big hug.